Hey dudes, WMG here again, and I know it's been a long time since my last video. I know, I'm so sorry. I've been just so busy. Uh, as you know, I think from the last video I mentioned that I was moving, right? Well, I have moved. Moved in with my girlfriend. Well, she moved out and I moved out, and we moved into an apartment together, right? It's about 700 square feet on the third floor of a condo. So it's pretty good, and we got an excellent price for the rent. Um, Basically, what happened is that this condo was completed, but it sucked really bad. It was in horrible condition. There was holes everywhere. The floor was all carpeted. But that's not a big issue. The big issue was that the carpet was never cleaned, so it was full of garbage, full of bed bugs, nasty. You could smell it as soon as you walked into the apartment. So I basically I tore up the entire apartment by myself over the summer, and I fixed it. I painted it. I fixed the holes. I did tiling, uh, did the flooring, cleaned it up. It was nasty condition, which is why we got it in such a good price. But since, as you guys know, I'm a little bit handy, saved myself the trouble and money for paying somebody to do it. Um, we are renting though, and the person we rent from paid me to do the renovation. So they paid for the renovations, but I didn't charge services so that she would drop the price on the apartment really low. So saved myself um, a few $100s a month. I think I saved myself like $400 a month, and I signed the lease for 4 years. So yeah, that was definitely in my benefit. And you can see I did a pretty good job on the flooring. It goes. I'll show you the rest of the apartment later, but here's the old tank, as you guys know, and everything has died. I'm just kidding. It hasn't actually died. I think I did mention before that I was moving into another tank. I was moving into like a 29-gallon tank. Unfortunately, I cracked that tank while I was um, drilling the holes for the return and the drain. Right. Um, I kind of cracked it. Wasn't actually my fault ish, but I got a new tank, same design, a bow front, 39-gallon tank. 39, yeah, so it's almost a 40-gallon tank. Okay, and after I finished doing the flooring here, I set up this tank that you see now. Back where you saw it was full of corals and nice and fancy and beautiful. And then I slowly started to move everything to the other tank, and I really wanted to use this one as a grow out tank because the system was good when you saw it, and the sump was working. Everything was fine. So I moved everything to the other tank, but this one was still working. I had a few corals in it, and I had the sand and everything, and then the sump here sprung a leak for some reason. So recently I just finished out taking out the sand that was left. It was like this much sand, and the rest of the water. Moved everything else to the other tank, and then don't know if you can see, but I sealed. I sealed the inside. You can see outside. I sealed it to make sure it wouldn't spring another leak, because I do want to use this sump, and this sump has been an excellent sump, to be honest. This has been a great sump for this Pico. And I do recommend, if you do get a Pico, try to figure out a way to make a sump or buy a sump. Of course, I wouldn't buy it because the whole point of my channel is for doing this expensive hobby in a cheap manner but good quality. Anyway, so I would suggest anybody to make one or to find one, because you have a Pico, you don't want to fill it up with pumps and drains and tubes and heaters and whatever else there is. It's better if you just find another place to put it, and it's fairly simple. Anyway, so I'm doing all right. I'm perfectly fine, and so is my girlfriend, and we've been living here for a few months, and it's been great so far. And without further ado, I'll show you the condo and the new tank. It's over there to the left. Don't want to show you just yet. Okay. So as you see, the flooring was quite a bit. All right, all the way back there into what's gonna be my girlfriend's mother's room, and then our room all the way over there. Keep in mind, I did do all the painting and everything myself, and the tiling over there. Okay, so we just bought this couch. Okay, I have a chalkboard up there with some Minecraft design that me and my girlfriend had. We have a balcony, and hold on, don't want to show you the tank yet. Entertainment system. We have Xbox One that I just recently got. As you can see, my channel is up because there's a PC here. Let me see if I can make the lights brighter. There we go. There's the PC. To just tell you a little secret, I actually found this PC. It's a dual core. I found it in the garbage. Somebody actually threw it away for some reason. They threw it away. I was throwing the trash out. I found it in the garbage, and I pulled it out. I pulled it out just because I was going to use, I was going to check out if it had a RAM, if I had a CD drive that I could use externally, or a hard drive that I could use externally. But I took it apart, I cleaned it, I put it back together, and I boot. It booted just fine, so I have no idea why they threw it away. The only thing that I could find what was wrong with it is that it was missing the driver for the Ethernet card. It wouldn't connect to the internet, right? So I just went online, I found the Ethernet, I found the driver for, this is an E-machine, so I found the Ethernet driver for the E-machine. I put it on a USB, and then I booted this computer, and I downloaded the driver, brand new, done. So I have no idea why somebody threw it away. It's got Windows 7 on it. It's 2012, so it's about 3 years old, and but it works perfectly fine. So I have no idea. Anyway, so that's a free PC for me that I can check out my YouTube here on my TV. It's nice. And I bought this little keyboard. I'm not using the mouse, it's from my laptop. I bought this keyboard, and it has this pad. It kind of resembles like the Apple Pad, the way that you use it to scroll, zoom in, and it's click. And it's wireless. That's nice. Okay, alright. I'll show you guys now the tank. Now, as you know, in previous videos, I was working on the stand, and it took me a long time. Alright? But here it is. Yes. I'm sorry about the camera movement because that's something else I forgot to mention. My camera, I was using a Sony Handycam to do my previous videos, but the battery doesn't take a charge anymore. So I ordered a new battery recently, waiting for that to come in. Okay. So 29 gallon. Everything on this guy, excuse me, I did it myself. Everything by myself. And I'll give you a little look-see here. Okay? I have 3 clownfish. That one up there is kind of small. He's getting beat up. But as soon as I set up the other tank, I'm going to take him out. Because it's like, I put him in here for an emergency because of the other tank was not doing too well after I moved everything for some reason, and then the leak sprung. Oh my god. Anyway, this tank is much bigger, of course. The other one was a 3 gallon. This is the almost 40 gallon. And this piece of rock probably seems familiar to you guys. It was inside my other tank. I had to frag off a few pieces because the green star polyp was just growing so much. Like, you could see this compared to my hand here. See, that thing is that little piece that I fried off recently is just almost the size of my finger. Right? And this guy is huge. It's moved back a little bit. Anyway, this guy was standing up before in the other tank. I laid it down here and I segregated it because I don't want it growing on top of the other ones. Because if you guys remember, when I bought it, it was probably this size first when it first began, and then it just grew, and I don't want it to populate the whole tank. Anyway, I have the same corals. I did experience a few losses, but nothing too bad. My Monty cap looks like it's dying out. I'm not sure. I had some problems with the lights recently, and I just figured out what was wrong with them. Needed to give them more juice. Alright, so there's the Kenya tree. Looks nice. And the teal green zoanthids. I've got that leathery coral, toadstool, I think it was called, right? Pieces of Kenya tree that I'm not sure what to do with. I really actually don't want them because they just grow so quick. Green star polyps. This guy over here was a war coral. And then it died, but it's got some pieces left that started to grow back, so I'm not sure what's happening to that. The trumpet coral, which started dying off, but then just recently I did a water change, cleaned it up a bit, and it's coming back now. The green hammer, doing well. Another green hammer over here that's actually my best friend's. Yeah, he stopped the whole saltwater thing, so I'm taking care of it. And then some other hammer back there. Alright, this one I got it when it was only 2 heads, and now it's like 6 heads, but well, yeah, we'll see, it's pretty good. And then my Zoa garden, right, we got a few different ones here. I'm really hoping that it grows together nice. And then here's the Duncan. Experienced a little bit of die off, but it's doing better now. Okay, but everything's looking pretty good now. Okay. 39 gallon, pretty thick. I will explain more about the tank and what I did. If you guys have questions, you can leave it in the comments. I'm willing to go over everything. I really want to. I was very excited, and it just recently started to pick back up. But I didn't drop the hobby. I was always in it, taking care of this guy. Was just waiting for the right time, and it's pretty much now. I'm still in school, University of Maryland. I'm a pre-vet major. Probably explains a lot of the animals here. So here's my coral station. I'm going to organize it a bit more, but my girlfriend has let me take a lot of space for it. She knows how important this hobby is to me. But I'll explain everything that's in there. If you guys want to know, you can leave suggestions for next videos. Got a lot of parts, foods, fragging station, my fragging toolkit that I put together myself because these other fragging toolkits are like really expensive. So I put it together myself. The toolbox for fish tank. Okay. So let's see. It's doing good. All right. I'll show you the back. Okay. Got a power head. I had another power head on this side, but it was just too much. Too much water flow. It was a lot. The return pump is a mag drive 700, and for a 39 gallon, it does its job. It does its job really well. The overflow box. Okay, using the Herbie overflow system, I got two drains. And this is the emergency drain. I just keep it open, and then back here is just the main drain. Over here, over there is the return. Okay, all right. Okay, so my favorite part of the tank, my favorite part of managing the tank, the sump. All right, I took a 20-gallon sump, a 20-gallon tank from Petco. Took the black pieces off, and I made a sump out of it. I got pieces from Virginia when I was over there, and I made baffles out of the plastic that I got. the acrylic. Okay, here it is. As you guys know before, the other tank, the smaller Pico tank, was like the prototype. So this is basically a large scale version of the prototype. Okay. We have the same 3 major chambers here, the protein skimmer and such. I put some tiles in there for bacteria. Got a UV sterilizer. My heater's in here. Stones, right? The refugium section, doing really well. I need to empty this or cut it every week, or else it grows like out of control. Then I have a sponge section, and I have the return pump, Mag Drive 700, and behind it I have a smaller pump that powers this carbon reactor that I made, and I'll do a video on that later too. It empties back into the sponge filter. You can see the flow from the carbon reactor is pretty good. So I put it right back in here, drains into the sponges again, make sure there's no bubbles, and then it gets pushed back with the mag drive. Have a couple of float switches here, right, and I got the aqua lifter for the auto top off. And over here on this side of the tank, right next to the tank, is the auto top off reservoir that's inside this tiny ottoman that I got from Target. Oh, I don't know if there's enough light, but if I open this, there's a little jug with about 2 gallons or 3 gallons of water. Okay, I got my plugs over here. I'm gonna switch it up and like mount it to this piece of the wall here so I can see everything. But there is the filtration. I only have to do water changes like once a month or so. I do them once every 2 to 3 weeks, but once a month is fine because the filtration for this just works so well. So well. It's beautiful, low maintenance. Love it. Alright guys, again, I'm sorry it's taken so long for me to get back, but hopefully as soon as I get my camera battery in the mail, I could do a little bit more professional videos than with my iPhone. But for the time being, I'll have to stick with the phone. Okay, so please send me messages asking me about stuff, what's going on, or asking me you want me to show you some of the tools and the toys that I got, or stuff about the tank. I'd love to hear about it. Also, tell me what you guys have been up to, because I've been out of the loop for a little while with my life, and I want to know more about you guys. So, comment, subscribe if you want to know more, if you want to hear more, if you want to get videos from me, and rate as well. Okay, guys. Nice little shot. I'll see you in the next video.